All right, so I'm trying to do this on my computer. Maybe. Well, let me cut this light down. Move, Milo. You can't get up here right now, Milo. Watch out. Okay. So, phone is on the fritz. Got to get a new phone. Should have did this on my husband's. He just got a brand new, the Galaxy phone, whichever it is. I'm iPhone, been team iPhone for a long time now. But anywho, so let's unpack all this. So, the Crusade. Well, let's rewind a little bit. So, how little old me here in Alabama get someone so envious that they will make a page, not a page, I'm sorry, make a video doxing me about my the only thing I have on my criminal record other than a bogus harassment charge that Erica Brown, I'll say her name because it's public record, said I was going to kill her. I didn't say that. I said she was going to catch these hands. I went to jail for that. So this charge, which I caught 3 Class C felonies over, that I'm not getting into detail because I'm not ready to unpack that yet. But anyways, that happened in 2018. Okay. Went to detox because I threw my hands up. Hey, I got a problem. I need help. I can't stop. I'm on the needle. I don't want to just stop cold turkey. Every excuse in the book in the addict mind. But okay, I went to detox, medical detox for 5 days in Sylacauga, Alabama at Coosa Valley Regional, something like that. Anyways, medical detox, kidney shutting down. On an IV drip for fluids for 2 days because I hadn't been able to go urinate for like a week. Was pretty messed up. That situation to the exposure of those drugs. You don't think about it sticking to your walls or the AC or it gets on your clothes. You smoke a cigarette, you know how it stains your walls. Don't you think any other smoke is going to do the same? So if you're smoking meth in your house and there's children there, they're contaminated. I can bank on that. So anywho, that's how I caught them charged. This is from indirect exposure. There was no malice. The DHR people knew that. The county knew that. The only reason I went to jail is because of a flop on the caseworker let me find out who reported me before the case closed. Miss Presley at Montgomery County DHR. Yeah, I found out Brian's address before I even went to jail. So how was that? You're not supposed to get your discovery until the case is closed. I knew the address and the reporter the day the safety plan was initiated. So anywho, that's the story on that. I get a video like I fed my children. I fed my children cocaine. I want everybody that's ever done drugs, raise your hand. Do you share those with no. I was a sneaking geeker. Nobody knew it. You would have never known. So before you come on here acting like I'm this abusive person that you supposedly psychically found, who cares about that? I've never abused my children. Never. Never. I was always the babysitter. Everybody brought their kids to Hannah because I have a love in me that surpasses most people. But that's just another story, another poem for another day. So it goes so far as how was once which I can't say I was ever a fan of Neil because from the jump I'm like, this is asshole is using pain for money. He's making money off of people's pain here lately. Now he may be searching for truth. What truth? Who knows? His truth. Well, what I have got from his truth to bring up my little mugshot with no, like, the only thing you're going to find out on the case, go dig it up. Go dig it up and read it. Read the real shit. Because the defamation that Ash, I'm going to say her name, that Ash put out for me is ludicrous. She's pure envy by that video. by saying how many times Doc, he says, "Hey, Hannah B. What's up, Hannah B? Are you mad he didn't say, hey, what's up, Ash? Why put that out there? You're trying to make it like what we do is, let's just put it this way. What we do is the furthest from what the fuck she's talking about. What she's talking about is just trying to get her some funds. Because, like, Cruz, if you're watching this, when her husband left her, supposedly, even if he really did, he could have just been next at some, I ain't gonna say, but he wasn't there. He left 3 kids. And I felt for her because I've been there. When I went to jail, the person that called DHR on me left me 6 months before that. And so 6 months I spiraled until the point of no return, and I hit that fucking bottom. Okay. Something most people don't fucking hit and make it out. But I knew from the jump, when all the craziness went on before the crusade, that blame the moon if you want to, but drugs do the same thing. And we talk about it all the time. To me, any stimulant that's going around nowadays is the closest thing to the Bacchic mania we're going to find. It's the chaos, just the absolute. They feed on it, and I don't feed on that. WSFA tried. Do you know how many times I've wrote them and be like, y'all don't want to update this story? Y'all don't want to update, your allegations, because this was before I went to court when the thing was brought up. So, which, yes, I pled guilty to it. I sure did. The quickest way to going up is to be humiliated or humbled, and it took that. But anyway, that's enough about me. One on that. Me and Jeremy got to go to the crusade. We went to Youngstown. We got to meet a lot of people. Great time. Met a scumbag too. A fucking scumbag. We're not going to talk about him. We're just going to call him a scumbag. But it just shows you, if y'all read or, at least seen the cartoon or the child tale of the Little Red Riding Hood, that was Grandma. That was a wolf in Grandma clothing. If you catch my drift, that was probably so fucking stupid. Oh well, but you get what I'm saying. Now, with that being said, I had a horrible vibe. I told Maddie, I was like, I don't know what it is. I just got a bad vibe, dude. I did. And I tried to brush it off as I'm in a strange place, new people, not strange people, but y'all are my strange people. And, as somebody that has been traumatized, I peep out shit that normal people aren't going to peep out. But back to Gnostic, let me go back because that's my ADD for you. He brought up my mugshot. Never been a fan of him. I wasn't around the time where him, Snappy, and Doc did that little thing. I probably would have picked up on it then, but I picked up on his arrogance towards Doc as, how can a student come off to the teacher in just such a passive aggressive way? And, maybe Doc's just passing it off because he ain't got time for that, or maybe he's doing it and, it's going right over his head. Either way, I caught that. And back when I was working with Jackson Hewitt and the incident, and I could see there, like, okay, here's Neil, here's his cash cow, Gnostic informant, right? And so through that time and here recently, everything that I've said on my one of my first lives has came past. He's a narcissist. He projects. He has no good intention for anybody. Ash better wake up, because the moment he catches something on you, it's gonna come back. Call me crazy, but watch. But I should have known. In which, me and Madalena had a conversation about, well, maybe somebody was just an infiltrator from the jump. Who's to say that the whole time everything was just this plot, like Cruz was talking about? Like, her husband left her. I sent money. here I am. I work a minimum wage job. My husband now he makes a pretty decent amount, but he gets out there and works his fingers to the bone for every dollar he makes. So the little bit of money that we did have extra, I sent. She has children. That's my thought is like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to? If I can, I'm going to do it. And that's my mentality. And that's probably my biggest downfall too, is because I can be too empathetic. But so for that to come back like in a doxing type video is just more of a reason why I don't trust people. But you do learn. I mean, your souls connect. Everybody that like at the concert, I met some great people, y'all. Like my son, that's probably the best part. That's what we're going to cut to right now. Is my son Jeremy. Here he is. He started 11th grade today. Now, what we do is we are awakening. We are awakened. We're not woke. We're awakened. There's a difference, and I always say this. This child right here of mine is going to be the next generation of this to pass it on. And now I wish I could bring up pictures. I'm not that savvy yet. I'll get there. If he was here, he could probably help me, but he's not. He's still at school. But yeah, what Armin Hillman is doing is going to surpass Harvard in the next couple of years. If we can get enough people that are trained enough that they can read. Where's my book? Hold on, let me pause. We can get enough people that can put this together. This book right here. This is what we're doing. Look, I put my sticker on it because this is how much I love this sticker, Josh. This is what we do it for. Okay, this is what we're doing everything for. This great little book. This is not a Bible, so nobody take this. This is a language book. You know how you go to school and you do your English? This is a Greek book. Okay. And now here my son, autistic son, is getting into this. Now, who's to say in the next 30 years, because that's how long I've been on this earth, 30 plus. My birthday's coming up, but we'll talk about that another time. What if he takes this and, because I've said this numerous times, what if we're the last people to know this? I mean, there's plenty that probably know that just aren't a part. But this is how we spread it, okay? Teach your children. Now, my 9-year-old, on the other hand, is learning a lot of Greek from God of War. And I love it because that's just it's not a cute game. I was going to say cute, but it's not cute. But he plays it well, and he's learning the characters. Like, I was showing my husband something about Odysseus and the dog, and my son's like, I seen that in God of War. They did that with so-and-so. And so it's like, the muses have brought us together, and we cannot let all this negativity and envy and brotherly bring us down. You know what I'm saying? I have in no way, shape, or form since that gathering been more enlightened. Now with the bad stuff that happened, that's that is not to say that it couldn't, but there was no way to know. And I will go to there was no way to know. I sat right beside him. He actually came and sat right between me and somebody, and I looked at her and she looked at me, and he's like, I'm David. I shouldn't even say his name, but there you go. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, because I had people that were in my inbox sending me my mugshot that don't want, they hide behind these fictitious names. And so I'm on the lookout for that. Like, I don't know what this, I'm here with my child. If anything, my spidey sensors are just ding, 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 ding constantly. But that happened. And going forward, it's like, how do we get past that? One, we continue the Greek. You know what I'm saying? We continue the crusade. We continue with the stickers. We continue with the Discord. We continue with what the purpose is. No more, no less. You know what I'm saying? I like in Cruises Live, I really am here to learn. I want to learn. I want to be able to take what I've learned and pass it in a way that's not brothery and that's enlightening to one's finding of the muse, in my opinion. That's how your finding of your muse, because if more people had a muse, less hatred would go on, more art would happen. So on that note, um, meeting Almond Hillman, meeting Maddie, meeting Ariel, meeting Scarlett, Josh, Valdane, so many people, Jeff, like y'all just don't understand, like the mugshot picture. Hannah would have never thought this could have happened. And it happened. I said I was going to go to that concert. Regardless, like I'm going to go. And I went. We went. First time I'd ever drove 13 hours. Here I am, almost 37 years old, and I'm like, this is my first road trip. And I took it with my middle child. And it was very, very enlightening for the trip, the bonding moment between me and Jeremy, because a lot of people don't understand, like Jeremy didn't talk until he was 4 years old. 4. Conversate, hold a conversation. And so it worried me for a long time. Like, is he going to be, why is my chat? I don't know. I just seen something. I just went straight live and didn't even try to do anything. So the comments and such, maybe y'all can comment. Like, I just want to get this out because I've been meaning to make a response to a lot of stuff, but deep down it's like I don't really have words for some things. Some things I'm still fucking shocked over, like, but it is what it is. I've learned to, you expect something, you expect you out of somebody, you get disappointed every single time. But Doc, it was an absolute pleasure. You have no idea, like, you being there in present, like the conversation, the show, man. Like, I'm from way back. Like, y'all hear me talk about Tool, but my dad brought me up on Metallica. Going back, like the irony and the full circle of things. But Metallica was one of my. So I've been a banger for a minute, since I was old enough to basically find the lyrics online, copy them just so I could read them and be able to sing the song correctly. That old. But seeing Doc do what, he's always, well, he's not always in front of a camera. That's not, but he comes on these lives. And it's almost professional. Like, there's maturity in like the first part of the video still now, but seeing him on stage and being able to profess the mystery and grab the, like, chills. I've always said from the jump, every time I've heard him spoke Greek, I get chills from the tip of my neck down to my feet. And I get that with a lot of music too. The Frisian, I think is the technical term for it. So hearing that is like my body saying, like, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And so here we are almost 3 years later, and I don't want to say proud, but I'm very enthused and I am proud. He's like a hero to me, for real, because he has opened up doors of, I shouldn't say doors, I should say portals. He has opened up portals that cannot be closed. They can't be closed. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. Once you see the invisible, you can't unsee it. Do y'all hear me? No, y'all ain't hearing me for real. Y'all ain't hearing me, because Ash, if you're just pissed off. You're a pissed off little brat right now. And Gnostic's just a damn, he knows what he can make his little cash cow on. That's what it is. They won't argue anything else. And they want to bring up a past. Like, Neil, didn't you go to prison? Technically, did you get a pardon? That's what I want to know. Somebody tell me. Let me know in the chat. Like, if you can't do this live, I'm sorry. Please let me know in, like, the comments, and let me know. Did he get a pardon? I go for mine in November. And I'll go for my expungement in February. So it'll be off my record. then I can petition what is it, the cease and desist on that post from WSFA. Yeah. Because it was a big misunderstanding anyways. The only reason charges were pressed is because the caseworker fucked up numerous times. Not just on me reading the thing. They messed up the drug test. They said that my son's drug test was his dad's, and his dad's was his. So we went and picked him up, like 8 sheriffs deep in Crenshaw County, to go pick my baby up. And that was on a Friday, to turn him back over on a Monday because of the caseworker fucking up again. So come at me correct if you're going to come at me at all, Ash. That's for sure. Like you got some explaining, like, and then the Almond Hillman unmasked, or it's now the news. I guess he's like, you can't beat them, join them type shit, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And that was the kids say nowadays type shit. Because he literally, like, he won't disagree. He may disagree to a point, but it's so like he's so both sided. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But you know, the Heretics have an anthem, and the chorus follows. So if you catch that, anywho, hail Satan. First and foremost, Maddie, dude, you blew me away for real. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you and spend time with you and get to have a moment that, you know, went from a live chat to a meeting, to a crusade, to rocking the fuck out, to just an experience. Oh, me and Jeremy got to go by which Maddie had informed me about the Serpent Mounds. You know, I mean, we're doing it for the serpents, right? You know, that's my favorite song on the album now, to be honest. Jeremy still likes the Oracle. He bought the album, the gold album, and got Joe to sign it, and got a drumstick from Dana signed. And he's my concert buddy. That's why he went. He wasn't there to be sacrificed, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, we sacrificed his Christian ways, maybe, you know, because that crusade is what finally. That's it. He woke up. He's not woke. He was awakened. And you know, the music. You know, the music did it for him, and so. I'm very thankful for Almond Hillman for that. You know, he is enlightening not only my generation, but the next to come. And Chewy, dude, your dad's awesome. Point blank, period. Like, as one coming from I was raised by a single dad. And then when she said forever disinspired, dude, it rocked me for real, because she put that on anybody that comes for her father, and more peeps to women like that put their dad on his pedestal when needed. You know what I mean? And as somebody, like I said, that was raised by a single dad, it's just our past. Let me just go there. But anywho, back to, there's a couple things I wanted to unpack. I've been working on a coloring book that I heard, I think Almond had mentioned a couple years ago that we needed a satanic coloring book, you know, to bring the littles in, you know, in a way that is for a little's mind. Does that make sense? So in my interpretation of that is, what better way to show like the Greek gods than to not only put them in a coloring format, but put the actual Greek, I want to say it's either Attic or Dorian. I've got Subatomic helping me on the making sure I've got everything right. But we're going to have a coloring, like it's going to be a coloring part with the whoever it is, whether it be like Athena or Artemis or Medusa, and the actual Greek word in the Greek text, and have references to, I wish I had the ability to bring up pictures. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna eventually get there, but of what I've been working on, and so that's in process. And one day I was just fiddling around, and I was like, well, why not? I think I'm gonna work on some tarot cards, like a design. Excuse me, y'all. I think I've got some kind of head cold, but because it's been so hot here lately. Like, show you how hot it is. Like, my mom used to always, don't leave your lighter in the car, it'll explode. I've left so many lighters in the car and they've never exploded. Yesterday one exploded. That was wild. I get back in the car after work. It's like almost 4 o'clock on a Sunday, and I'm like, yeah, I vape, so I mean, I smoke weed, so that's the only reason I had a lighter. So I'm looking like, what is this? Pieces of lighter everywhere, and the lighter exploded. But going forward, I had an incident at work that tested my healing, and y'all would be proud because I didn't crash out like a normal I shouldn't say normal, like the old Hannah would have. I went to my higher ups, and now I'm at a different location for my job, and hours have been a little bit different than what I'm used to. But hopefully, Spirit Halloween will come back soon, and that's like one of my favorite things at this time of year is, I love Halloween. I love it. It's always the kids dressing up, and just the look. Baby, it takes being a mama to understand that, just to see kids in their absolute joy. I love it. It brings me joy, and to be able to help uh these little babies and their little cars or princess or my favorite of the little baby witches, to dress them little ones. But I live in Montgomery, Alabama, so it's a lot of thieves here. A lot. So that I may have a couple edits of that this year. That'll be funny for YouTube, right? If you know the little baby, if you see a little baby and like say, let's just say a Jessie outfit. If she's in a Jessie outfit and she don't have the hat, her mama stole it. I've watched it. Like coming from one that I spent so much money on BB last year for Halloween because he wanted to be this plague doctor / witch. He's got a crazy mind, but he was absolutely adorable. And the cane and the hat and the voice changer, I sacrificed some shit so that he could have that. And to know that people come in there and spend a lot of money, and then you have the people that are just like, nope, I'm not paying for nothing. The government owes me. I'm not going to go to jail because you can't touch me. Those are like just, but that's everywhere. That's not just in Montgomery, Alabama. That shit is everywhere. But that I'm looking forward to. And with having a little bit more inspiration, hopefully I'll have a little bit more time to focus on getting things done, because I've got on my coloring book, I have worked like the Greek women gods, and then I have worked on the goddesses and the men. And so now I sent Subatomic a few things, but I'm been going so much, I'm pretty sure that what was in that PDF was, not exactly what I wanted to send. So I'm reworking that and trying to make sure, like, okay, so my ADD brain, I'll have these ideas, and if I don't write them down, like I said what, but that type of thing. So I'm extremely thankful for the Soma Library and the Lady Babylon Museum. Oh, see, my brain, that made me think of that. Peyton, his partner, put together this brilliant way to show off, our techne in the Greek, our art, and different forms, from medicines to poetry to imagery to drawings. Just like Maddie drew this from one of the stickers, the Black Sphinx, and excuse me, one day, that's probably my next tattoo, is that black sphinx. And that was pretty cool. I really I really love that little image. But it reminds me a lot of Chewie's images, because Chewie has got some devils, I tell you, from the Henry Cavill. Excuse me, my allergies are getting. And I actually did take some local honey, and I need some tea. But Chewie has there's these certain devils that she has made over the years, and like some of them look like Henry, and then some of them have. She has one lately that's on her video with the tattoos that reminds me so much of my husband, and I love it. That would be cool in like a black and gray, and so I want to get with her on like that design, because I want to get it in a format to put, like, I want to put it back here. So, yeah, that is another thing. But my tarot cards, I'm working on a tarot deck. I think that's pretty cool. So my tarot deck going, I know I'm all over the place, and I apologize for that. But my tarot deck, I'm using, the images are going to be made with the AI that I use, but I'm going to put in like not necessarily personal events, but like relatable events. Now, it may not be from me. It could be from some of the books I have. Just, yeah, that's my new idea that I'm trying to stick. So I don't want to get too many ideas and then mess both of them up. So as I've got my coloring book and I've got my tarot deck that I'm working on, and I think I've got to thank Almond. I thank you tremendously, because before me finding your show, it's not show, it's live crusade, dude, I was lost for real. I was sober for the first time in my life. You know, me and my husband had been married a few years, and I had my children back, and I was trying to refine myself in a way that, you know, one must do when they have to, you know, descend, you know, like Dante. When you descend into hell, the levels will change you. So, coming back, and also I just came off, I had been off Suboxone for about a year, and that never again, never. I hope never again. I don't want to say never, because never is not a good. I jinx myself when I say that. I feel like, yeah, and then. And I'll forever say, I'm cleaning my house, listening to Maynard, let him scream at me to get chores done, and No Angel. That was like a EP from Pussifer back in March of 2024. When I tell you there's songs that'll stick with you forever, that's one of them. And when Maynard says, all the will of Gabrielle couldn't swerve the karma you got coming. I was like, let him cook, because he cooked with that. Like, whoa. And then I'll be damn. I look up and I see the thumbnail from the Danny Jones, like, Jesus uses children as drugs. I was like, intrigued, click. And here we are. Here we are. I don't want to say dreams come true, because that's like so cliche, but if you say you're going to do something, then you really want to do it, you're going to do it. And I said that, by gosh, I'm going to learn this if it takes me a lifetime. I will say that the most suggestive thing that I've heard from Doc and that I stick to is you need 20, 30 minutes a day. Just look at the words. Just look at them. And when I tell you now, when he brings up his text and you start seeing, it's the root cutters. But when the root of the word starts sticking out, and then you figure out what the verb, and then you figure out what the object is doing, there's no going back from that. You can't unlearn that. Maybe if you have dementia or Alzheimer's, but you can't unlearn that. So thank you, Almond Hillman, for that. You're making my English better for a dyslexic ADD girl like me. I can I can translate. I can't translate, but I can pronounce Greek words. I can I can give you some sense of what the verb is talking about by the root of it. Where'd I learn that from? Amon Hillman, Madalena, Cruz, LH, Jeff. Jeff, you have came with some images, and my dude, I was very thrilled to meet you. It was a pleasure. Um, I felt, and it's coming from when I say traumatized, is men have traumatized me, not females, men. So it takes me a lot to be able to hang around dudes and be comfortable. But y'all. So when I tell you coming from somebody that's like that, I could have sat with them all day long. I could. I wish we had more time. I would have loved to enjoy a dinner because that is some of the best times with people is with food and love. And I plan this is a lifetime that we are going to continue this crusade for a lifetime. And so it's bittersweet. It was a I could oh I'm not gonna cry. I said I'm not gonna cry. Um I know it'll happen again and we'll get to see uh you look my Discord like Valdane, if you're seeing this, um I'm so green to this that I'll eventually get it right. But right now, uh you'll see it when you see it, my guy. It was a pleasure to be around him too. I wish we would have had more time. Oh yeah, when we got to Ohio, me and Jeremy trekked down after work. We left Montgomery at 2:30 a.m. and we got to Youngstown to where we were gonna. The room was at like 5 o'clock that evening, so it was a pretty good drive. It was a really good drive. It was long, but it was cool. So I can't wait for the next time. I look forward to. Right now, I'm trying to stay focused on Euripides. I almost say the word wrong because I'm a stage fright. Hippolytus. That's what I'm like diving into right now and taking inspiration and learning and real thankful for the Discord for that because when I have questions or need guidance, they're right there. I couldn't have asked for a better group of people. Um, and I look forward to the next chapter of this. Like school has started back, so here we are. Fall is coming in. My birthday is coming up. 37 years around the sun. Can y'all believe that? I still can't. I still can't even believe that my eldest graduated and only sent two to school today. Uh, so, anywho, I'm gonna make this I'm not going to be on here too much longer because eventually I've got to go pick up kids from school and head to work. So, uh, Chewy, like I said, I need to get up with you about your little devil images because that and the Sphinx are some of my next tattoos that I want to do. Uh, I'm really got to get this coloring book like in order and uh, more feasible so it can be published and got out there and then finish this tarot deck. So, uh, I look forward to the next Lady Babylon live so Doc can fill us in on all of his new adventures from the last part of the crusade. I love you all. Hail Satan always. We will not let the brothery, the any of that deflect or deter us from any of our plans. This is a revolution that we must continue, and with this revolution, our art is going to be birthed. So let's stay with our muse. Continue. If you're a Greek learner, stay in it 30 minutes a day. I'm trying to make myself more disciplined to that. It's I really try. I really do, y'all. Like sometimes I'll get stuck in a moment on my phone and realize I should have been in a book, and here I am lost in this stupid ass phone. Uh, but yeah, going forward, working on my coloring book, working on the tarot cards, working on continuing the Greek learning, and this new chapter that we're going forward post crusade. Cruise, I look forward to getting up more lyrics to you for your inspiration to use. Uh, like I said, subatomic. I'm trying to get that coloring book. I've got so many ideas. I've just got to put them all in like order, and so that you know where I'm getting at that with that. But uh, anywho, that's all for now. And like I said, I look forward to seeing everybody's post from the crusade. I look forward to the lives. And I'm extremely thankful to have been part of the crusade. And I made a post on Discord today. I got to tag one of my stickers at Chevron that was given to me by Josh. And so my next one is planning on doing it there's a big church here in Montgomery. And so I want to put it on one of the like the wooden posts that we have here, like where they hang like for yard sales and stuff. But I got to get me a staple gun so that it's going to have to be stapled to it. But yeah, that is me going forward. Like I said, this live is all discombobulated. I see chat is disabled. Like I'm gonna figure it out. I had hit up Cruise earlier, like, can I do this from my laptop? But my phone died in the process of making the other one, or not died, but it was overheating because I was sitting outside. That's how hot it is. But yeah, going forward, I'm going to try. About forgot. I'm going to try to start doing a live once a week. It's Monday, so I'm going to try to do them on Mondays. Making sure, like, keeping me like y'all are my what's it called, body doubling to get this done, right? So each Monday I plan on going forward, like, and being able to show like different images that I've created for the coloring book, to present some of my work before it gets published. So that we're going to try for, let's try Monday at lunchtime. If we can't do it at lunch, if I can't do it at lunchtime, I will try my best to do it before, because I think we do like a couple Greek classes in Discord on, those are Tuesday and Thursday. So we'll just see. But going forward, we'll do Monday at between 12 and 1 or 12 and 2, because after like 2:30, I'm between 2:30 and 6. Like, it's hard for me to diverge from what I'm doing. So, well, going forward, Mondays, what did I say? 1 to 12 to 2 will be the time I'm trying to present my work and what we've got going forward for the coloring book and my tarot deck that I'm working on. I sound like a broken record, and I apologize for that. But I appreciate all the help, all the encouragement. Bobby, don't let me forget Miss Bobby. Bobby has been just, I can hear her in her accent just telling me that's beautiful, and she has been just so encouraging to me. Thank you, Bobby. But I love you all. I'm going to stop because I'm just babbling by now. But I love you all. Hail Satan. Let's keep this crusade going with our art. Let's make our images blow people away, y'all. But anywho, love you. Hail Satan. Stay out of the way of the brothery. Keep them up. Let's now, how in the watch here I look so goofy. How do I end this? Oh, I can see it.